Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Guitarsenal. Hopefully getting into our Zen mode there in the intro. Maybe you're there, maybe you're not, but you're gonna have to be for where we are here today. And we're checking out a very special guitar. This is a Wide Sky P125. This was built by my buddy Patch out in New Mexico. And these are wonderful American-made guitars, each of them handmade to order. For every customer that gets one. There's a very long waiting list on these guitars right now. And I noticed that there wasn't a ton of demos on this guitar for people to get an idea of what they sound like. So I thought that, for one, I'm a big Gary Clark Jr. fan, and so was my dad. My dad was like, hey, look at this guitar that Gary Clark Jr. is playing. I'm sorry, I can't talk today for some reason. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to get together with this Patch dude. I'm going to order one of these guitars. So I did. And plus my dad really was digging one of these and wanted to check one out. So I got one on order. And, you know, Patch worked with me through the whole situation, all of my questions and inquiries and things like that. But we finally got her delivered. This is a P125. I forget which serial number this one is. I think it's like maybe the 80 or 90th one he's made, maybe more than that. But Patch is such a talented luthier. Beautiful quilted maple top on this particular example. It's a very thin body, almost like a 335, but with a center block. So you can turn this thing up to some pretty obscene volumes and it won't feed back too bad, at least not in the way you don't want it to. I mean, I was getting some kind of feedback and things going on there in the intro. Now he does these guitars with a couple of different pickup combinations. This one is set up with PAF style humbuckers. These are kind of lowish wound humbuckers from Curtis Novak pickups. So these are Novak pickups, and they're voiced actually specifically for the Wide Sky P125. You've got beautiful piece of mahogany set neck. Neck and body is mahogany, and it's set. He does utilize his own version of the 70s headstock volute that you would see on, you know, like a 70s Les Paul. I love the headstock shape on this particular guitar. You do have 3 in a line on each side, or 3 on a side tuners. Very traditional looking style of open back tuner. Gives this guitar kind of a cool antique sort of vibe, almost like picking up the Stradivarius. It's like, I don't know, you just get that feeling like you're about to, you know, really create some cool music. The neck profile on this guitar is very much a 70s, nice thin 70s Les Paul sort of neck profile. The fingerboard is ebony. Now, this particular guitar usually comes with some relatively light frets. I have had this guitar refretted with jumbo stainless frets. He does ship them with a relatively narrow and small fret, more of a 50s style fret. That might be great for some of you, and you know, there's definitely a playable fret, but just me and my weirdness, I prefer kind of a bigger fret. So I had this one refretted with stainless steel frets. But otherwise, the guitar is completely stock. You do have a coil split for each pickup. He offers this guitar also with a P90 configuration, which is really cool. I opted for the humbuckers because I was looking for something that I could chase, hopefully some beautiful Les Paul sounds. And I think during the intro, I was running the Penny Saver Royale from Way Huge Electronics. This pedal's a collaboration between George Trips and Joe Bonamassa. So maybe I was getting some Bonamassa-esque sounds possibly there in the intro, but that's what we're using for our drive there. The delay sounds that we were getting here in this hopefully beautiful intro, I actually just recorded a drone using my Ditto looper from TC Electronics, and then we're getting some tape delay. We are running through a tape delay. This is a 70s Evans Super Echo. Oh man, it's like an Echoplex on steroids, and it just sounds so awesome. I wanted to get just a really great rig together for this video because I really want people to see what this guitar is all about. You do have an Emerson wiring harness that they use on these particular guitars. It's custom built by Emerson for Wide Sky. You do have a coil split on each pickup when you're in the humbucker mode. Okay, really traditional wraparound tailpiece, very 50s inspired. What a beautiful piece of hardware. I love the finish that he does on this, this sunburst. It's just such a beautiful guitar. I mean, the binding work is beautiful. You've got binding all the way around the body on the top, as well as, no, there's no binding on the neck, but you do have this beautiful body binding. All right, let's give it a listen through a clean Fender amplifier. This is a 1966 Pro Reverb amplifier, and I'm gonna cut off the penny saver. This is a clean sound directly in, and we'll go through the pickup settings a little bit. I'm going to set the penny saver on a low drive sound just to kind of fatten up these pickups a little bit. This amp is on 7. I feel like we probably want to have a little hit in the front end of the amp to liven this up a bit. All right, here's the neck pickup. Very nice sounding guitar, very fat sounding. Very fat there, that's in the middle selection. We'll go through the coil split here in a moment. And again, because you have a 3-way switch, you can also have a split neck pickup and a full-on bridge and vice versa as well. So a lot of tonal variety is possible with this particular guitar. The switch is located in probably a spot that's a little different than what some of you are used to for a pickup selector. A lot of times on your Les Paul, it's obviously like up here in this location. I've seen some Gibson guitars with it down here on the bottom, like some of the hollow bodies and stuff. So if some of you are really heavy-handed on the strumming, I could see where you would accidentally, potentially hit that switch. And at first, I didn't think I would be a big fan of it being in that location, but after playing on it a bit, it's not in the way at all, and it's totally a very natural place to have it. So if you need to change settings, it's a lot easier to get to than having to reach up. So that's kind of cool. And the wiring on this thing's super clean, super professional. Really, really happy with this guitar, of course. It sounds absolutely amazing. So let's listen to the bridge, and then we'll go through some coil split sounds. Let's do that. Yeah. All right. Coil split on the neck. Very beautiful sounding there. All right, now we got full-on bridge, split neck. Let's give that a listen. Coil split on the bridge. All right, very laid back sounding. All right, just making sure I don't have any type of tone splitting option on the tone controls. I couldn't remember. All right, so here's the middle sound with the neck pickup all out and half of the bridge in coil split mode here. Let's give that a listen. Get a little more drive going. Turn up our drive a little bit there into the front end of the Fender here. Very laid back kind of sound, not quite a big beefy sound, but certainly a usable tone. I think my favorite pickup on the guitar is certainly the bridge. It sounds mean and in charge, sounds really nice. The neck pickup is really fat and articulate. Let's get a nice drive sound going here, get a little bit more tone and frequency up here on the Penny Saver Royale. And let's hit our, let's get some lead sounds here. Some nice drive-in lead sounds, and we'll use our Evans Super Echo. Wow. All right, here we go. This might be out of control, boys and girls. Let's see. That neck pickup is so fat. Very nice, bridge. That sounds really, really nice right there. Okay. A little bit more drive sound with the Penny Saver Royale. It's the only drive pedal I've got on the table at the moment, but really nice sounding setup here, running through a relatively cranked Fender amp, using a tape echo. I can't think of a better way to demo this guitar and to give you an idea of how beautiful this guitar can sound. Hopefully I did this guitar some justice. Sorry for the flubs. I actually have not been playing a lot lately. Definitely haven't been practicing. This is like one of the first times I picked up a guitar in probably about 2 weeks. I hate to say that. I've been on a little bit of a playing hiatus, but sometimes I feel like that's how you're best inspired, is to take a little break from time to time. Don't feel like you have to go at it completely crazy all the time. You know, you can take some time. But really great guitar. I love it. It's an awesome studio tool. I can't wait to hear how this particular one sounds with this rig and this type of setup. A really great studio tool. Of course, gorgeous to play live. I mean, who can't like the look of this guitar? It's just such a striking guitar. Beautiful, beautiful work by Wide Sky. And I hope to own another Wide Sky guitar in the future. I am looking at picking up one of his Tawas, which is the same overall body thickness of this guitar, but it's more of an ES335 style. So you have the full-on, you know, the larger style of the ES335 body, but still with the center block and still with this type of construction. I opted for this guitar. That's a good point to bring up, actually. One of the reasons I opted for this particular guitar is I wanted something that was in the Les Paul vein, but also had a very, very light, sorry, that tape echo is a little noisy, something that had a very light overall feel to it. So this is a Les Paul, basically, that I can play, you know, for hours on end at a gig and not have to break my back carrying around my 72. I mean, I like Les Pauls, but they are heavy, and I wanted something that was in that vein, but with being super, super lightweight. So this is awesome if that's what you're looking for. And I love the smaller body style. I like that I've got basically a 335 or like an old Gibson Bluesbird type of thing. Remember their old hollow body Bluesbird? This guitar kind of reminded me of that. Blues Hawk, I believe was the name of that guitar. Not the Bluesbird, the Blues Hawk. And it was like this tiny little, it looked like a miniature Les Paul with everything sort of shrunk down. And the body had this almost ES125 look to it, that kind of hourglass shape. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but look up those guitars if you haven't seen them. But this reminded me of kind of marrying a lot of those concepts that I liked about the Bluesbird, Blues Hawk. It's one of those dang old birds. Y'all can look it up. You got Google right in front of you, but it's like the Blues Hawk, but you get that flair of the ES335 without feeling like you're having to climb around a guitar to play it. I mean, some people have really long arms and really big hands, and they can get away with a bigger guitar. It's no big deal. But some of us, we want a smaller instrument that we don't have to feel like we're navigating the instrument like trying to climb a tree to play it. And so this guitar for me really scratched that itch. Let's listen to one more real pretty bridge sound, have a little bit more fun, let you get back to your day. This has been the Wide Sky P125. Go buy one before he raises the price on him and changes his mind. I feel like, you know, even though this is a boutique guitar that's made, custom made, I will say they are affordable if you're looking for something in that vein. I mean, you get a full-on hollow body guitar for what a solid body Trussart would cost. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love James's work. It's beautiful. James Trussart is a master luthier. But I feel like for the price that he sells these guitars for and the options that you get and the woods that he uses, I think they're a good value. So get one before he raises the price on them. Have a good day. Many more videos on the way. Tune in every Friday here on Guitarsenal for a new effect pedal demo, amps. We do tons of vintage gear and cool old tape echoes and things, as well as tons of pedal demos and things for you. So make sure you check those out. All right, a little more noise, and we're gonna turn that tape echo back on and get us a real pretty sound. This should be very similar to the way the guitar sounded in the intro of the video with our drive sounds, but we'll isolate those drive sounds and just listen to them here in the room. Okay? Have a good one. See you next time. Many more on the way.